kids. Welcome to day 1 of Beautiful Savior's Vacation Bible School. My name is Kim and I'm here at the Imagination Station, and I'll be here each day to help you make your craft. Now there are 2 ways you can do this. You can watch the whole video and then put your craft together, or we can build the craft together. I'll do a step and then you can pause the video and you can complete that step. So let's get started. Today we're going to make the All Aboard with Jesus train. First, you need to find your package that looks like this, except yours will have a sticker that says Day 1 on it. Now, I'll tell you that this is probably going to be the most difficult craft that you have to put together. So you might want to have an extra pair of hands, like an older brother or sister or mom or dad to help. Now, like I said, this is going to be the hardest one, which gets to our Bible point for today. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Now, like this train here, without any power, it's not going to go anyplace. Some trains run on steam power. Ours is going to run on these little pullback wheels. So we're kind of like this train here, that without Jesus' power to help us, it is really hard to do hard things. But with Jesus' power, it is much easier to accomplish those hard things. The Bible tells us, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength." That's in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13. So with Jesus' power, we can be just like this train here. Okay, let's start building. First, let's go ahead and take everything out of your little packet here. This is a little instruction sheet that you can refer to. Here we have the part of our train with the wheels and the windows, but first we are going to work with the railroad track and the pullback mechanism. So first you want to go ahead and punch out both of your pieces of track. Now before we take the sticky off, because once we put these 2 stick together, they are not going to come apart. This is where you might need an extra pair of hands from an adult to help you. What you're going to look for is this little rounded part here. And we're going to put the track on so that this black tab covers up that little rounded part. Now we want to make sure that we don't get this pushed down too far or the wheels can't turn. So we're going to come, there's a little hole right in there, and so if you come right about down to there, you'll be all set. So go ahead and take the sticky, or take the backing off so you have this sticky part here. And find your tab and your little round part there and stick it onto the plastic. So now we can set that down, and we're going to take the stick off, the backing off of here, and we're going to do just the exact same thing. We're going to come over here, and we're going to match that up. We're going to put the 2 black pieces together at the top and push them down together. Then if you go out here and match up those ends, then you can push that together. Whoops, there, I almost got it stuck. We're going to put these ends together, match them up, put it down. Okay, go ahead and pause your video now and put your train track on. Now that we're done with our wheel mechanism, we're going to set that aside and we're going to start working on the body of the train. So first, we want to go ahead and punch out both pieces of the train. And that outside part's just garbage. So what I think is easier is if right now we punch out the wheels. The little direction sheet says to do this later, but I think it's easier while it's flat. So we're going to put one big wheel on this side, one on this side, and these two are going to go like that. So what we want to make sure to do is to get the wheel so it goes down in this green part and doesn't cover up our words. So once again, I'm going to take the backing off, and then you can just line it up to cover the green bottom, and I just got it so that we can just see Jesus. And then we're going to take the other side here, and same thing. We're going to watch here to cover up the green part, rounded part on the bottom, and so now we have the wheels on. So we're going to go ahead and do that to the other side also, making sure once again that we don't cover up the part that says with Jesus. And whoops, I'm going to take off all that. I'm going to put the other wheels on. There. Now the next thing that we have to do with the body of this is these little blue stickers, blue and white ones for the windows. Now usually in a train there's a little window in the front of the train and a little bit bigger window in the back here. And then we would do the same thing to this side. Now, if you want to put the bigger window in the front and the little window in the back, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we have these two pieces all completed, so let's take a pause and you can get your wheels on. Okay, so now we're ready to finish off our train and put the train pieces on our wheel mechanism. Now to make this easier to line it up, we're going to take the backing off of the top of the train and there it comes, just about that far. And then take it off the other side. About the same amount, and sometimes it comes off real easy and sometimes it doesn't want to. Okay, so we have these two pieces that now we can line up. And remember, once they stick together, they are stuck. So we're just getting just the top lined up, and we have all of this underneath here. Now, it's important that we get our train, we're going to put it on this way so that the front of the train has some more track to run on. Okay, we don't want it the other way because we want our train to be going forward. So what we're going to do is what's going to hold our train on here is this black tab. So I'm going to pull off the backing, and yeah, it kind of rips So you just got to take off all the pieces. And I'm going to make sure that I'm holding my fingers in between here so that it doesn't stick to anything else. And then, once again, I'm going to get this. I'm going to make sure that I have track in front of my train. And I'm going to find my spot there. It doesn't have to, there doesn't anything that has to be super exact. But once it's stuck there, then I'm all set so that I can fold these back, can peel off. Make sure all this stuff you're peeling off, that when we're done you pick up and you don't leave a big mess all over your house. Got one more piece over here. And now, same thing, just keep pulling them apart, because first we can come and match up. Whoops. Well, that's as close as mine's going to match. And that's okay too. If yours doesn't match perfectly, it'll still work. And I'm pushing this all down, and I'm making sure that I'm pushing it really tight here around that black tab so that it sticks. And then sometimes we need to rub down the sticker of the window a little bit more. So there we have our completed train. So now that our train's all done, there's some extra activities that you have in your bag. You can find day one, and we have a coloring picture of our buddy for the day, Ramsey, with our Bible thought and our Bible verse on the bottom. If you have colors, pencils, markers, whatever you want to use to color these, if you don't have those at home, in your bag there's a package of 4 crayons that you can use to color. The second sheet is for your story about Saul and Ananias, another picture to color, and a couple puzzles over here to do. So go ahead when you have extra time and you can do these coloring pages. So also have fun playing with your train, and remember that Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.